Just wait a moment, and we are live. I'll share my screen again. Here we are. So let's start with the last section of our Weaving Ideas Open Day, which is thanks to Francesco and his support, is dedicated to the official unveiling of the Euroweb website. It's been a long time coming. We've been working very hard on it for quite a while, and now it's finally here. This new communication channel for the Euroweb cost action, which will allow us, as we discussed earlier today, to concentrate all the contents, all the events, all the relevant information of our action in one easily accessible place, so that members can find it more efficiently. Of course, the website will not substitute all the other communication channels that we have in our action, but it will allow us, it will take some of the burden on those other communication channels, will allow those other communication channels to fulfill different functions, more related to public outreach, more related to other types of content dissemination. And now we have this wonderful platform which will work for us internally and will also improve, I believe, tremendously the visibility of our action towards the exterior of our team. And the first thing that I think we should mention when we talk about the website that we are about to unveil is that we have come quite a long way from these very rough sketches, very rough schematic layouts that I've prepared using basic Photoshop and Illustrator softwares, just to give the IT team an idea of the general direction we wanted to go, until the finished product, which is, I'm very glad to report, much better than these crude drafts that I prepared in the beginning just for indicative purposes. We do have a lovely site, both from the point of view of aesthetic and from the point of view of functionality. And what I would like to say is that there are a lot of people that we have to thank to thank for that. And first and foremost, we have to thank for the wonderful site that we will be unveiling in a moment, the team of the Center for Digital Competences of the University of Warsaw. And I would like to thank them not just for the final product that they have delivered, which is a testament to their well-known skill and capacity with regard to these IT issues and to website development in particular. But I would also like to particularly thank them for the patience, for the support, and for the way that they really managed working with us, even when us, or me specifically, were not necessarily the most tech-savvy people. We not always knew exactly, or I did not always know exactly how to ask for things or how to approach certain aspects regarding functionality, connectivity within the website. And they were always super supportive. They were always super professional, of course, and they were always super patient with our doubts, with our questions, with our queries, and that made for a very easy workflow for the most part. So I would really like to take this opportunity to publicly acknowledge this team, to publicly acknowledge Dominic Puchala, the Vice Director of the Center for Digital Competence. I believe now he is the acting director for the moment. I would also like to publicly acknowledge Anita Dasuta, which was the lead, the technical lead for the final part, the whole final part of the development of this website, and was responsible for delivering this website to us. And I would also include in this acknowledgement Alexandra Tokarska-Fesakowska, which was the technical lead for the first part of the development of the website before she had to leave it. So the virtues that this website have are to a large extent due to this team of the Center for Digital Competences and to their great work. But then again, the virtues that the site has regarding the content are also up to a large group of people in our Euroweb team, which also need to be duly acknowledged here in this session. I would very much like to express my gratitude to all the core group members who were instrumental in putting together the content, in editing the various drafts of the script for the website, and for providing different types of contents regarding events, regarding news, regarding the activities of each of the various groups and teams that we have within Euroweb. I would also like to thank and acknowledge Anna Lukasova, which in her capacity as digital networking support manager was also very instrumental in the last part of the preparation of the contents for the site, and has also given valuable feedback and insight into the final preparations for the site launch. With regards specifically to the provision of images that were used throughout the website, I would also like to specifically acknowledge that Natalie Rudolph, our Twitter manager, and Alina Yanko from the Digital Atlas team, who were very active in putting together and compiling images and sending us images that were used throughout the website, together with a lot of other colleagues, of course. Maxime has also provided us some images of seals that were used in the website. So a lot of people came up with images to use in the website, but Natalie, with their database of images that were used also in the Euroweb Twitter, and Alina with the material from Romania, were very instrumental in getting us across the threshold that we needed to really put the site together aesthetically and to launch it. And of course, Hagata also provided images, but I left her for the end of this, because of course, without her and without all her artwork in managing, also in the whole part of the administrative arrangements with the Center for Digital Competences, the site wouldn't exist, of course, without her. And so she needs a big acknowledgement from all of us, and from me specifically, with regard to the production and the launch of this website. So without any further ado, here you have the link. Let me just also share it with you on the chat, and I will take a moment, if you allow me, while you open the website. I will also take a moment to share it with our viewers on YouTube, so that they can visit the site right away. I invite you all to open the website, to visit it, and I'm quite sure that you will be exploring it in the next few days quite a bit. So I won't really bore you with many details about the website, but I still wanted to do a very quick walkthrough with you, so that I can maybe showcase some of the functionalities and some of the main segments of our Euroweb website. So here it is in all its glory. And here we have our homepage with several different panels here, which provide some basic information, some basic insights into the action, and also showcases, and this homepage also showcases the latest news in the action. So we have the Coding Identities Conference, today's open day, the workshop from the terminology group, which took place just yesterday. And of course, we will be changing around the dates of these news, so that the most important ones, open calls, things like that, will be featured here in the homepage. And then we also have this footer with credits to cost, to University of Warsaw, to the Center for Digital Competences, and the contacts for anyone who wants to really chat with us about the action, or put any questions or any doubts or contacts for whatever reason. Then, regarding the overall structure of the Euroweb, here we have this sitemap where you can see how things are organized. And for the most part, the site is structured according to the structure of cost actions in general, and our cost action Euroweb in particular. So we have this Euroweb section here, which has all the basic information about
Francisco, you're muted, sorry.
Have I been muted long? Okay, it was Zoom playing tricks on me. Okay, so I was saying that we have this initial section with about Euroweb, which has all these different information, basic information on the concept of the action, where it is coming from.
Tak, i ja po prostu, ja już, wiesz co, ostatnio stwierdziłam, że...
Okay. We have this presenting Euroweb, which is more specifically on what we are about and what we do, our goals, and then also in this introductory section we have the action structure, making it very clear how the action is managed, who participates. We will have to update it after the next MC meeting, but we are happy to do so. And then we have here the core group members with their functions, so that everyone is aware of who is in charge of what, and our management committee members are also listed here for any queries that may be necessary. And finally, we also have this little tab for the team, where we have this little interactive map, which we are very proud of. It is still under construction. The map is fully functional, but we are still adding people to the lists. But if we go to one of the countries that is completed, surprise, surprise, it's Portugal, because of course I'm Portuguese, so I took care of that. And here is the full team, and you have the whole list of the participants from each country, and we will have one of these lists ideally for each of the countries, so that we can use that as a management tool. We can use that as a tool for organizing events and for communicating with national teams when we need to do so. Then we also have a dedicated portion of our website for the different networking tools. We have training schools with information on eligibility, how to apply, etc. And it will also have, it already has, and it will have always a section on past training schools, reporting on the results, reporting on participation, etc. We have a tab for short-time scientific missions, which for obvious reasons is not, well, it explains what it is, eligibility, who can apply and in what circumstances, but we do not have a lot to say about this at the moment, no reports yet, because none have taken place. And the same thing for the inclusiveness target countries conference grants, which we hope during 2022 or during the second grant period to fill with a lot of information on upcoming conferences and on participations in the conferences that are taking place. And lately we have also added this tab with the virtual networking tools, which I worked on with Hannah. It lists, it has a lot of information on the virtual mobility grants, which we talked about earlier today. And it also has a list of communication channels that members can use, a list of all the virtual events and collaboration activities that have taken place during the first grant period is here too, if anyone wants to look back at them, and hopefully this will be updated too in the future. But the very core of our website are the working group tabs, the tabs for the different working groups. So let's check one of them just to see what we have here. So each working group tab has a description of the working group, an introduction with the goals, the aims of each working group. We have these schemes which are still being updated. Sorry for the lack of photos. I will update it immediately after this session. We have these teams with the leadership, and then we have the list of the members, which can also be used for networking purposes, for organizing events, or for reaching out to the team. And finally, we have the news. So every piece of news that we introduce in the website is tagged with the respective working group or networking tool, and it will show in the dedicated tab for that working group, so that we will always have the news at hand for each group. We also have dedicated tabs for both of our big deliverables, namely the Digital Atlas and the Euroweb Anthology. For the Digital Atlas, we have at the moment an introduction on the concept of the Digital Atlas. We have a list of the Digital Atlas team with the advisory board and the technical lead. And updates will be coming soon. There are a lot of things that we could already report here, but we are working on it, on that content. And hopefully in time, this tab will also be the main point of access for the digital atlas itself once it's set up and running. And here we have the Euroweb Anthology tab with the theme, and more information will be forthcoming once the Euroweb Anthology takes a little bit more of shape. And then we have also these two very important portions of our website, the news and the meetings and events tabs, which compile all the news that are uploaded by us to the website with the respective tabs that will also link them to the pages, to the corresponding pages when it is applicable. You can see here a lot of past events, some events that are in the near future too. So I invite you to explore this. And the meetings and events is very similar to the news tab, but there are some little differences when you open the meetings and events here, namely some functionalities that our IT colleagues have introduced, and very wisely so, like the option to add this to your personal calendars on Outlook or on Google. And also you have, whenever this is an online event, you will have a link either to register or directly to join. So a Zoom link, we could put it here and it will automatically show on the event itself. So it's a good functionality that our colleagues have added here. And finally, very quickly, we can also have a look at the Euroweb Repository, which is obviously under construction. A lot more documents, a lot more papers, a lot more things in general are coming to our Euroweb Repository. But we already have a lot of the action documents here, so the minutes, so that every member can consult them, cost documents regarding the rules that apply to our action. And I would also like to very particularly call your attention to this document here, submitting your news and events for the Euroweb website, some guidelines. It's a document that I invite you all to consult because it outlines the format that your news and your events need to follow in order for us to quickly and efficiently share them here on the website. The platform on which the website is constructed has obviously a specific structure, a specific way that information needs to be structured to be input into the website. And so these guidelines give you an idea of what you should prepare, what you should send us when you want us to upload your event, your piece of news, or whatever you want to the website. Of course, we are always glad to assist. We are always glad to help. But if it comes in a specific format with the specific characteristics, it's easier to do it right away with minimum effort, and that just makes it more efficient. We also have the Euroweb library, which in time we hope will feature a few papers, a few scientific papers and documents about textiles and textile heritage, and also publications and media pieces about the action itself. And then we have some resources here that will be updated in the future, but here you can find, for instance, the logos that you need to use in your presentations, which are related to Euroweb, some templates for applications to virtual mobility grants, for how to report on virtual mobility grants. So those types of documents, templates that can be useful for your day-to-day life within the Euroweb, within the action, can all be found here. So that is it from me for now. I really invite you to visit the website. I invite you to explore it, and of course to send us your feedback. We will also be grateful if you can share the website with your colleagues, with your networks, in order to really reach as many people as possible with this new communication tool. And with that, I thank you all for your attention. Thank you very much. And I hope you enjoy the Euroweb website. If you have any comments at the moment, please do let us know.
Thank you, Francisco. I was looking at the site while you were speaking, and it's really amazing. It's a wonderful job, really. My compliment, and I think it's really useful and really easy to be used, to check all the different information we need. Thank you, really.
You're very welcome. And this was actually, as I mentioned, it was pretty much a team effort. Naturally, in my in my role as the communication coordinator, I took some more responsibility, but everyone in the core group helped a lot. Everyone was very supportive, the IT team too. So it really was a team effort, and I think that shows in the final result. It's a website that we can all, I hope, identify with and see ourselves in. So hopefully everyone will agree with that assessment.
Congratulations, Francisco. Now we can see the whole picture of the Euroweb team, and now we can start, I think, thinking of more information to add to this website. And I was wondering, for instance, when we have the list of the different members for each group, are you planning on having, for instance, links for each one of these members, links for their academia webpage or institutional webpage, so that we can know who is this person, what is his or her field of research?
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's definitely something that we can look into. I would have to check how the information is structured, but the site was built with WordPress, which is really responsive and is really easy to edit.
This is WordPress.
This is WordPress. Yeah. How impressive is the team from Warsaw? Yeah. And I would have to check how those fields are formatted and if we can mess around with them. But I'm sure that if we ask for some assistance from our colleagues in Warsaw, they can help us with that. So that is something that we can definitely think about once we get to know the website more and have some more information. Because already Agatha was mentioning before that Belgium is going to join, so we will already have to ask them to do something about our map, which is going to be outdated, but I think that will be a very easy fix indeed. So there will always be little open ends that we need to work out throughout the action. 4 years is a lot of time, or 3 years is a lot of time. Yeah, we'll definitely have to think of more things to do with the website, more information to add, and we will see always what we can do about it.
So, and if we want to add something, we write to you?
At the moment, the permits that are set up are just for me and Agatha. So yeah, you can write to me, and I will do my best to upload it to the website directly. I think we will have to see how this will work, but for the moment, yeah, that's how it's. If we want to have more people inputting, so that when one of us is busier, there could be more people. But at the moment, you can send it to me, and I'll be glad to share it.
Okay. Thank you. Excellent work.
You're quite welcome.
So thank you so much, Francisco, and thank you all of us for joining this venue. Hope it has been useful for the development of the project. I don't know if Agatha wants to say a last word to say hello, everyone.
I can only thank you all again for this enormous job you did. I have also to say that Francisco was super modest because he spent many, many hours fine-tuning this website, updating it, making it better and better. So, well, collaborative work, but it definitely had the big leader and then some tiny helpers. That's how it worked in my view. So many, many thanks for this enormous job. I hope you will enjoy the site. Many thanks to Francesca for organizing this event. I think it was a splendid idea. And again, many thanks to all the action leaders and all action participants for such a huge enthusiasm in these difficult times. And I think that despite all restrictions and other things, we had really some fun while collaborating on the Euroweb. And I thank you very, very much for this.
Thank you, and hope to meet all of you in person as soon as possible. And I remember you the conference of the working group 4 of the next November, and see you all. Bye.
Bye. Thanks a lot.